We must build a bridge between what is their normal and our content. They begin to be willing to take risks in their learning, knowing that I will be there to catch them if they fall or celebrate with them when they succeed. So hello, my name is Juli Porflit, and I am the librarian at Teachr Moy Elementary in ISD. I service pre-K through 5th grade students who live in the Angel's Triangle, also known as the Devil's Triangle, in Northeast El Paso. Our students come from traditional families and broken families. We service homeless students as well as those who live in extended stay hotels, the projects, and some who live in regular houses. The needs of my students are great, but I'm up for the challenge every day. For many students, Moy Elementary is the best and safest place they go all day. I know that on my worst day, I can be their best hope. There are holes in our society today, and we as teachers of excellence are called to help fill in those gaps and make a difference in the lives of our students as we educate them. To know who I am and why I became a teacher, we must look at my family and to know how I was brought up. I came from a long legacy of amazing family that was involved in schools all across the state of Texas, from groundskeepers to superintendents and everything in between. We are a family who focus on serving and empowering others. Both of my parents, Rodney and Jamie Wiggs, worked their way up the educational ladder to become administrators in EPISD. Early in his career, my father was named the Texas High School Wrestling Coach of the Year in 1983. My sister and I were very used to having sweaty wrestlers pile in the back of our van because they didn't have a ride home from a meet. It was not uncommon for my mom to pull out her hair-cutting shears to help a wrestler who couldn't get his hair cut. We often had celebrations in our backyard for a successful match after a wrestler who had no family had no one to celebrate his success. They saw my dad as more than a coach and a teacher, but as a father figure. He made a difference in the lives of his students by building relationships. Just recently, my mom and I ran into a newly hired assistant principal who called out, "Mama Wiggs," the name her staff had lovingly given her. She rushed over to give my mom a hug, thanking her for encouraging her to move past the stay-at-home PTA mom position she had held for many years. At that school where my mom was the principal, my mom encouraged her to become a paraprofessional there. Then she encouraged her to go back to school and to become a teacher. She became a teacher at the school where my dad was the principal. She most recently became an assistant principal herself. It was a long journey for her, but she counted the relationship she built with these two educators who believed in her well worth it. Now she is ready to make a difference in her own school, building new relationships every day. My aunt was a teacher at Irvin High School. She chose daily to take the time to care about students. She built relationships and showed them that they were loved. One of those students she loved grew up and eventually became a teacher himself. He is now our EPISD Secondary Teacher of the Year, and his name is Ricky Ramirez, and he's right here with me. My sister, my husband, my aunts, my cousins, my uncles all have stories similar to these where relationships have proven to be the key to student success. I have been surrounded my whole life by educators who are changing the world one student at a time. That's why I strive daily to show up to school and be purposeful to make relationships and make a difference. Students are screaming, "See me." We should become students of our students. I have learned the value of getting to know my students and helping the whole child. If it's buying a new pair of shoes or showing up at their dance recital, or meeting them and their family and my family at the park just to play a bit, making connections and allowing them to trust that I have their best interest in mind, and they also trust when we're learning new concepts in the classroom. We must build a bridge between what is their normal and our content. They begin to be willing to take risks in their learning, knowing that I will be there to catch them if they fall or celebrate with them when they succeed. I show up to work each day as if my life depends on it because my students' lives do. I am the teacher I am today because I stand on the shoulders of giants who have set the stage before me and helped me form my craft. I am a proud part of a family that values education and has made a lasting impact in the lives of around Texas. Thank you.